Hello everyone. How's your Tuesday going? Welcome to the stream. I've had a interesting day. Very busy. Only got back a little bit too recently. So it's been a slightly stressful sort of last half hour getting the stream prepped, but here we are. That's what matters, right? We've made it. So, yeah, trying the whole background music thing. I don't know if that's at all audible. It's a bit loud on my end, actually. Let me turn that down. How's the audio levels of the background music? Exactly, we got a very relaxing dev stream, I have a feeling, because essentially me and Josh worked on a bunch of stuff on Monday and over the weekend on the stream on Sunday, and we essentially ended up working into the night. Music is a little low. All right, let's here, that's quote unquote full volume. So, but yeah, me and Josh did a bunch of work over the weekend and well into Monday morning, and essentially got to the point where experience manager and like gameplay experience stuff was mostly done, but then when I started to run it, it just wouldn't build. And then I was back to work on Monday, of course. And today I had errands to run, and work continues. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on today, because another build is running. Oh, this is just building. Okay, bear with me. There's like a fly that's just like right in my face. It's being really annoying. So if you just hear like a smack, that's me attempting to kill the fly. So I didn't have to undo anything. Essentially, from the last dev stream, we added this, what was it? It was like a game features plugin from Lyra. So I've removed that because that was actually not the correct thing to be adding. So I removed that, added the correct thing, which was actually just like a built-in, it's the game feature plugin that's built into Unreal. And now I've got this whole issue. So it's just built. Let's rebuild it. It like started yelling at me about some stuff in Josh's code, and I'm really not sure what's going on. As far as I can tell, all of my code is correct and should build, but Unreal seems to have other ideas. So I'm gonna, pump the lo-fi, get thinking, sort of a chill, sit down and just think about code for 2 hours stream. That's kind of the general idea. It's nice to be working on this again. I had a very, very busy work day recently, yesterday especially. Safe to just blame Josh. Strong agree. Strong agree. I think it's all Josh's fault. Speaking of Josh, let's pop into the voice channel in the Discord. This build is not going well, is it? We're at 1 of 6. But yeah, really frustrating day at work yesterday. I'm going to try and be vague because I don't know how much of this I can give out, but essentially I was trying to build an application built in Unity for an Android build target. And there's a library that we're using in order to, like a required library for the device that we're targeting. And I started, built the app and loaded it on the device to test. And it kept having internet issues, and I really wasn't sure why, because the device had internet, I could access it just fine. Other versions of the app that I had on the device were working just fine, that were built by the previous developer. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why isn't this working? So it turns out that the SDK that we were using to target this specific device was removing the internet permissions or the internet privilege from the app at build time. So even though I'd overridden it beforehand in like the Android manifest file, it was removing it. And so I had to go in and modify the SDK to remove it and then re-add it back. It was really strange. I spent like 4 hours on it. Very frustrating. But I got there in the end. Thank you, random like forum comment on the Unity help forums that had the exact same issue for no reason. But yeah. Leaving for work at 6 a.m. I don't think I've gotten up at 6 a.m. in like 4 months, so I guess that's the benefit of a remote job. I'm just gonna force rebuild. There we go. So these are the errors we're working with. It took a good 4 hours of just trying shit and like looking around and trying to figure stuff out, but in the end I did find a forum post that led me in the correct direction. So it really doesn't like Warbound game data and Warbound pawn data in the asset manager and the game mode. It's got something to do with casts, because it keeps calling back to casts. It's like there's a cast.h, there's another casts.h, there's a third casts.h. Okay, let's see. Warbound Asset Manager doesn't like EU Warbound game data. Did I take the time to learn the asset manager? I'm pretty sure this is just something I nicked. So there's a very good chance that this is just broken. Yeah, this is a system thing, so this is one of the things that I just nicked. As you can see, I'm paying the price for it. So don't copy things, folks, because this is exactly why. To see you making fun of me in the previous stream has come full circle. Because we forward declare. What if we include? Where is, what is it upset about? It's upset about game data. If we include game data and then rebuild. Okay, well that does seem to have worked. It just really doesn't like the forward declares for some reason. You did mention it. You do have the right to say I told you so. What if we just do the same for pawn data and then knock out like the fucking forward declares? Do we have a Warbound pawn data? 'Cause I swear I've written one. Let's see. Yeah, we do. It's right there. I mean, it's open right here as well. So like, okay, what if we include character? Because that's right there. Okay. What if we go Warbound pawn data, and now we build. Ah. That is a slightly more difficult error. Okay, what symbol can it not find? Player state get lifetime replicated props. Okay, wait, is this the, I did see, okay, I'm going to say that that's just upset because that doesn't have a definition. Okay, that did solve that one. This is going much fucking better than I thought it would. I remember looking at this at about 2 AM on Monday morning and being like, oh, this is hopeless. So clearly I just needed sleep. But okay, let's go Warbound player state. Oh my god, it's Yazub. Hi, is it? How's it going? What was I looking for? Warbound player state. It's in like game mode, I think. Game modes. I keep forgetting where I put things. I really wish I had, what's the plugin called? There's this amazing fuzzy finder plugin. Yeah, it's in the controller, okay. Okay, what's it upset about? Get lifetime replicated props. There's no get lifetime replicated props. Fuck. What files do you? No, don't add those. Lifetime property T-size default allocator. It's like I don't know where this code is coming from. I did not write a function to get lifetime replicated props. That's fine. I have no clue. Absolutely no idea. Let me put my little thing to charge here. In the meantime, let me finish the I suppose you're probably right, but it, like, I don't know why it wants a lifetime rep props. This has nothing to do with the asset manager though, this is just the player state. I wrote the player state. This is, as much as I would love to blame it on Josh, it's not Josh's fault. Josh has been great. That's pretty much what I've got left. I need to ask myself for Monday at 2 a.m. Let's do a cheeky Google, huh? External symbol, get lifetime replicated props. I'll move this over here. Some people talk, alright, the wiki's dead. Okay, should we just try including Unreal Network? I mean, it's unused. What if we do it here as well? Both unused. Let's see if that fixes it. If that fixes it, it's gonna be really funny. I doubt it though. Yeah, unfortunate. Let's see Lyra's player state. What else can I steal? Maybe I just do need the get lifetime rep props. So get lifetime replicated props is like it's essentially, ooh, or is that the problem? That could also be the problem. Okay, one thing we're gonna do first of all is we're gonna reparent this to a modular player state. We're just gonna give that a build because we do need to move over to this. Still not resolved, but that's okay. Let's see if, what are we missing? Lifetime replicated. Let's do lifetime rep props. Essentially what lifetime rep props is this is how replication occurs. So usually you'd see me create a function here first in the header file, but lifetime rep props is just implemented in the C++ header. I see, we need to replicate pawn data. Okay, let's try that. Do the super. And then we'll do rep lifetime with params fast, this class, pawn data, shared params. Now let's try building. Fingers crossed that was it. Hey, nice. Very cool. Okay. That went a lot faster than I thought it would go. We're 20 minutes into the stream and we're done debugging. That's not how it usually goes. Although I suppose usually it is 2 in the morning, so it's not exactly the best of times in terms of, you know, Discord bot when. It really depends what you want to prioritize, Yelza, because I've been leaving it for early September because I will be abroad with just my laptop for about 3 weeks at that point. I won't have the PC. So right now I'm trying to get as much done on the game as possible so that we can have, you know, something going. And then when I leave, because I'll have to pack up my PC in about 2 weeks. So once the PC's packed up and I'm back from hiking, I'll have about 3 weeks to work on the bot. I can do it earlier, it'll just come at the cost of, you know, the game. I'll take a look, maybe this weekend, or I think I'll be out on Thursday, so I'll sit down some point on Thursday and get writing. It's also not one of those things I want to do on stream, just because there's slightly more netcode and API keys and shit to work with, so it's slightly larger security risk. Because as much as I love everybody on stream, yeah. Yes, so there you have the product manager description of something, aka blacklist stuff, and the actual technical description, regex based allow list and deny list. And Mark DPT, thank you for the follow from 7 minutes ago, but you know, I've been busy with the code. Still feeling a little bit sick. I'm coughing a little bit and sniffling, but hopefully I'll be okay. I'm I'm hiking in 2 weeks, just about. Yeah, 2 weeks exactly. On the 6th is when I leave. So yeah, taking the project manager classes. You've been doing an incredible job. I've got to give it to you. The next thing you need to do is just start setting really unrealistic deadlines. And we're back. It's nice to have a compiling version of the project again. It's been a really long time. Okay, interesting. So some of the stuff is working already. I don't know if you notice when I hit play, there's like a little loading thing in the corner. So that's part of the common loading system. That should fail here, which is fine. I need to figure out how we're actually loading those, because ideally first 15 courses about how to sound ignorant while describing somebody while making sure programmers still understand what you want, but vaguely enough not to meet unspoken expectations that when worded in a slightly different way seem very obvious. See, I feel like at that point it's just you're just better off learning a bit of programming and then knowing what the fuck you're talking about. But I digress. What the fuck is this song? I swear I've heard this song before. I keep forgetting that we still have, I wonder if the gameplay ability is still active. It is. Actually, Josh, for once, shut up. Because everything's working just fine. And I fixed everything in record time too. It was like 20 minutes of bug fixing and we got it, so everything's fine. Shut up. Just being mean for no reason. I'm well aware. That is fair. That is fair. The stream title is what did I call the stream again? I've forgotten now. Let's see. Ah yes, I broke everything. I don't blame you. I did think I did, but we're okay actually. I fixed it. You know, I broke it and then I fixed it. That's just how programming works. Right, I might need to swap. If I swap this to Warbound game mode, is everything going to break? Okay, it's frozen. The title may yet turn out to be accurate. If I've crashed the engine, that'll be really funny. I think it's just fully frozen. So, how's everyone been? How's your Monday, Tuesday been? Start of the week, how are you feeling? Back to the endless capitalistic grind of society. That sounds... I'm so excited for you, Josip. That sounds amazing. In all seriousness, get well soon. Oh, I have crashed Unreal. Let's fucking go. Okay, what's crashed? Let's see. Enhanced input, bind ability actions. Interesting. I haven't touched enhanced input in ages. Okay, let's launch with a debugger. The debugger is really heavy, but it should trigger when something goes wrong. So I should be able to follow the stack trace and see, like, you know, what the actual issue is, because the default Unreal stack traces are not particularly helpful. Level design is an interesting one. Marketing and financial research, you know, I love to help with marketing. Financial research, I think I'll leave to you. You got it, Pexo, 100%. But level design's fun. I'm really excited. I'm hoping just before I leave, maybe the last stream next Friday, maybe. If this is working, we can start sort of designing just a test level for, like, on the programmatic side of things to, like, test the functionality. I'm hoping we can get there by the time I leave. because that'll make things a lot easier for Josh in my absence. All right, let's hit play. Actually, that's going to work just fine because we're still in game mode development. Warbound game mode. Yoink. Let's crash the engine. But do I want to hear what the quotes are? All right, so this is where we failed. T checked pointer iterator. Nice. Let's let the threads load. Go on then. Okay, so this is off of an input action, which is funny because I didn't touch anything. There we go. So this goes to the pawn client restart in the Warbound character, which is fine. Player controller client restart. Okay, this has actually not been that helpful. It's like, okay, it loads the world, we get a tick. I would guess that it just hangs. Is it missing something that's being set by... Bind handles is empty. Why is bind handles empty? What the fuck? This isn't even my code, this is Josh's code, I think. It's weird that that breaks in one thing but not the other. Okay, let's look into it a little bit more in the editor. I mean, I don't think you need to be that scared, Josip, because the beauty of version control is that if somehow you were to fuck something up, we can just roll back. At the same time, don't worry. We will look into essentially baby-proofing it. Okay, we need a pawn data. Let's try that. Let's try to make a pawn data. Pawn. Warbound pawn data. Warbound pawn data test. All right, so our pawn data class is going to be BP Warbound character. Well, that's the diplomatic way of saying it, Paxa, you know? this has got stuff set up somewhere. If I can find it. Hidden in game. Navigation, cooking, clothing, mesh. Deform material properties, texture streaming, mobile ray tracing, virtual texture. This is all character movement component stuff. Where are you? Where did you go? Essentially what I'm looking for here is the settings for all of the sort of input. Am I blind? I'm not seeing this. Let's just search input. Alright, there we go. There's our input config. Is that what we're using? Yup. Let's set that to Warbound ability set. Is this still with, yeah, this is GM development. Okay, let's save. And then let's pop over to Warbound game and hit play again. And it's still crashed, okay. So it's still crashing in the same spot. I wonder what happens if I just ruin all of Josh's code. Set it in the G. I'm pretty sure it's set in the gameplay experience, but we'll see. If you'd like, Josh, I'm on VC, so you're welcome to. I swear bindability actions is yours, not mine, but I could also be wrong. That's very possible. Ah, hello.
No, that bindability action is like the whole thing that like binds like all the inputs basically.
You're very loud today.
Am I now? I've not even changed out. This mic is like a hit and miss sometimes. 1 minute I'm loud, next minute I'm quiet.
Oh no,
I don't even touch it.
It's actually just because for some reason my volume is really high. So let me turn my volume back to like normal levels, and then I can turn you back up, and then I can make the stream music just a tad louder. Okay, let's see if I hit play now. Okay, so it's fine now. I obviously can't move because we're no longer binding inputs, but...
Check the experience as well, because I don't think you actually ever set that pawn date that you created it. It's the variable on that thing.
Oh, you may be right. You may be right. So that's the pawn data. That's the experience. Yeah, you're 100% right. But for some reason...
Oh, you've set up. Yeah, it needs to do T subclass of. Unless it's expecting something completely different.
Default pawn data. This is experience definition. Okay, let's go to the experience definition. I think I can safely shut this down. Let's undo that. Close all tabs.
What is it set to in the code wise? Is it just a pointer or is it a subclass of?
It should be a t-object pointer to your Warbound pond data. It's not t-subclass of, it's a pointer, so it makes sense why it doesn't work, but let's see how it...
I've said that before and that's a t subclass of some stuff, but
yeah,
for that it should be a pointer.
Yeah, because subclass is obviously just the class itself as opposed to the pointer. But
yeah,
I'm wondering maybe this is set elsewhere, you know?
doubt it though, because I've got a feeling that's just what you'd set in there. It just depends on what you created.
Like adding game feature actions and stuff worked fine, and those are also t-object pointers.
So maybe what you created ain't that.
Okay, this is experience definition. Let me find Lyra's experience definition to compare to, just as a sanity check. Should be fine. I don't know, let's build it one more time. See what's going on. Alright then. So Warbound pond data. Do I need to make it not fucking... Do I need to do this? Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. Yeah, that's it. I need to make it as a data asset, not as a blueprint. It's weird that it let me create it as a blueprint at all.
Data assets are just weird.
Ability sets, input config. Same issue. Still frozen. We're still freezing. The engine's gonna crash any second now. I can mash all the inputs I want. There's the crash reporter. Yeah. That's not what I wanted. Let's move you back there. That's an interesting one. Well, it's going to be something in the game mode, right? Because that's the only common denominator here. Did I ever finish implementing this?
Can't remember if you actually ever did. I just know you finished the last stream with the old teabagging.
Yeah, that much I remember. It's just I don't think any of this. Yeah, I don't think this is done, which would make sense.
Would explain the crashing.
Because I was just looking like, wait a minute, I haven't bothered implementing these. No, okay. Apparently, I deluded myself into thinking I'd finished this, but clearly I have not. I probably went off on a tangent somewhere and just Alright, get pond data for controller looks done. Init game does not look done. Match. Handle math assignment. Yeah, gotta love 2 a.m. Ellie, she's great. There we go. No idea why I had that commented out. It's a good thing I just uncommented that, because I think that's next. Gonna yoink this one up. Right there. This is why I don't take shortcuts at 2 a.m. So. That is how you spell assignment. Pi only. Shout out Pi. I think you're 100% right, Pexo. I think I probably got distracted because something up here, and it looks like asset manager is right because there's asset manager stuff here. So I think I just went to implement stuff from here, and then we called it a night, and I started working on bug fixes and shit, and I just sort of never got back to it. So, well, we're back now. Yeah, there's so many when you do this sort of programming. We were chatting with Josh about it, and it's like when you're sort of copying but also trying to be mindful. Yeah, that's a lot of tangents. It goes deep.
Well, I confused you that one time when you're trying to compare some of my code with Lara's, but it's very different because I stripped some stuff out.
Yeah. You also just renamed a bunch of stuff, which, like, fair enough, it's named better now, but, like, trying to reference it back with Lyra when that code is not compiling becomes hell.
Sorry, but their naming at times was horrible.
You gameplay statics, truly goated class, let's be real. All my homies love you, gameplay statics.
I don't think I've even used it that much yet.
If you've ever written a line trace in C++, you use gameplay statics. Gameplay statics has never failed me. I love gameplay statics.
I don't think even the crouch or prone code uses you gameplay statics.
That makes sense.
They do some different type of tracing. I don't know what it is now. I could be absolutely spitting absolute bull right now. At the point I'm actually going to check now out of sheer curiosity. I know there's someone must come up with them. Oh, they're just doing the overlap blocking test by channel.
Huh.
Which is
What's
just from
that
the
from?
Get World. Just Get World.
Oh.
That's just from the world.
Interesting.
It probably has gameplay statics in its code. Cheeky nosy.
Experience is
Oh,
found.
that's using the physics interface.
Interesting. Some chill Tuesday coding.
Two things, that's basically the function you want to use if you have custom shapes. No, I don't really class it capsule as a custom shape, just capsule trace and everything. But
Experience from command line. I'm getting so sick of typing the words experience and gameplay.
yeah, I've been there myself with other names. Well, I was setting up the weapon infrastructure.
I hate it when I accidentally hit caps lock and all my Vim key bindings just fuck off to nowhere.
Me who codes without keybinds.
I don't know how people do it.
So I could totally use that one-handed keyboard I got to have some great use and bind macros and everything to each button.
No, but like, how do
Like the
people take their
shortcuts.
hands off the keyboard and be like, yes, this is a good experience?
I never take my hands off. I take a hand off.
Yeah, how do you take a hand
That
off?
goes to the mouse.
Yeah, how do you keep typing?
That's that one-handed?
No, you can't. It's really slow either way.
Well, yeah, it's not. It's not as fast as two-handed tapping. No.
I saw this great video yesterday. This guy on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. But like, I just searched that. Is that going to come up? Okay, I'll go through my history. There's a reason I'm doing this off screen. Here we go. This guy, Christian Selig, great video. He builds this like split keyboard, like fully from scratch down to the PCB. Great fucking keyboard. Looks awesome. I'm really tempted to build one myself now. Cat. My one pet peeve is like Bluetooth shit. I'm not a Bluetooth person. I'm starting to consider like the whole ergonomic keyboard thing, because if I'm just gonna sit here and type for hours on end, like my carpal tunnel of I'm gonna have carpal tunnel in about 3 weeks is basically the worry here. God, it's the asset manager. There's a lot of weird keyboards out there. I think I know like at least the type that you're talking about. But it's I think just something split, you know, so I can like have my hands facing fairly naturally inside. I've just got like custom built little 65%. So let's see, it's a KB Defense. What's it says on the back, I think. No, it doesn't. It's 67% something. Is it the light R? Yeah, I think I have the previous, like, I think it was a light R3. So yeah, I've got an ANSI light R3, so roughly this layout. Yeah, something like that. That's sort of most of the keys are white. The keys that are green here are black on my keyboard, and then I've got some like, I don't know, pale orange, pale yellow, I don't know, sort of a retro color vibe, and my background thing is white. And Holy Pandas as the switches for anybody who's into keyboards. I'm not really that into keyboards, I just sort of built this one and was like, yep, that's enough for me. But we'll get there at some point. I just got your Discord DM pack, so it looks cool. I don't know if I'd be able to learn to type on that, but yeah. Where am I? Expense IDs, command line, right. Right, we're working with the asset manager, my favorite. That's not very nice, calling the asset data a dummy. Yeah, big time. It was about... I think I talked about it last stream, but not last summer, but the summer before that, I sat down and learned like proper home row typing, and it has changed my life. It really sucked for a couple weeks though. Because you really need to force yourself. I don't know why I put a semicolon there. You really need to force yourself to learn it. And that just means, because I used to type with like not mom typing, right? Where you like type with just your index fingers. But I was using like my index finger, my thumb, and like maybe my middle finger on occasion. This fucking fly is back and annoying me. But now it's just, yeah, I learned how to use all my fingers, and it's great. It definitely, like, has additional value if you program or something like that, because it makes using like Vim and shit so much easier. It's pretty easy actually. Like there's a ton of like online like typing school test things. Yeah, I feel like that's like the fairly standard like, you know, you use computers often enough that that typing is something that you do frequently, but not quite enough to like type for a living and shit, so you don't learn all like the home row and stuff. It's sort of, I think the best way I can describe it is it's like what you optimize to without explicit teaching. Alright, we're almost done with this chunky ass function. Okay, I'm assuming Dev just commented that, yeah. To be fair, Pexa, it's just good fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. Which is a fucking nerd thing to say, but... Nice. Home row is like, it just takes practice really. You gotta force yourself into it. I don't know why I commented all these out. Yeah, it's slow at first. It took me, I don't know, 2 weeks? 3 weeks to get up to what I would consider reasonable speed. You know, we're looking at like 60, 70 words per minute. It was something like 1 or 2 days of like, because you go up and you're like, home road typing game. I don't know, typing.com. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is exactly, I don't think this is what I use, but you know, there's a ton of these that are just kind of up here. I think this might be the one actually. I don't know, let's take a placement test. I always do worse. When it's not an actual word. This is brutal. You can see I immediately get faster as soon as I start typing actual real words. I think we run out of songs. We have run out of songs. Okay, I've got about an hour of music. That's worth knowing. I need to double that at least. But what's next? Host dedicated server match. Boy, lots of server stuff. Oh, that's one of the reasons why I didn't do stuff. Because we don't have common user info, common user privilege, or common user online contacts, because I don't think we have common user enabled. My housemate is texting me. Let me get back to him, and we'll get back to the programming very shortly. We're gonna, after the stream, we're gonna make some smash burgers together. Just have a chat. He's a good friend of mine, so. Alright. Let's do on experience loaded next. That sounds like a useful thing to do. Check the game state. Quite interesting. I didn't realize Twitch on iPad OS could go picture in picture. It's fun though. Alright, let's find the component. And we want Warbound Experience Manager component. And then once we have it, we're going to just check. And then experience component is experience loaded. Okay, why is that orange? I don't like that. Have I not fucking implemented? No, it exists. Oh, because I made this a void, and it should be a bool. Okay, I'm just a little goofy. Oh, because I've implemented the wrong thing. That should look like that. Alright. For fconst player controller iterator. Whoa, that's very specific. Get world, get player controller iterator. Iterator plus iterator. A player controller pointer player controller cast a player controller iterator. So we're casting our iterator to a player controller. Fair. If player controller does not equal null pointer and player controller get pawn is equal to null pointer, player can restart player. Interesting bit of code. What does restart player do? This is game mode base. Interesting. So essentially, when we load an experience, we apply it to all players without a pawn. Fair enough. But also, where does it get applied? I still don't have a full understanding of the experience component as a whole, or rather, gameplay experiences as a whole and their implementation. What should we do next? Get default pawn class for controller. Spawn default pawn at transform. Should spawn at start spot. Handle starting a new player. Controller can restart. Okay, there's a bunch of like helper functions here that I think makes sense to implement right now. I'm going to kind of ignore some of the dedicated server stuff, just because I think we're handling this differently. But I will go through and let's implement all of the overrides of the like the default game mode functions. Gonna just yoink those. We'll put them above here. I think that means we're back. Not sure what happened there. I think there's just something with my internet service provider. They've been not amazing lately. I've been having these sort of internet cuts, and OBS lets me know that it's been disconnected. Strange one. I'm glad we're back. Worst case, this continues for another 2 weeks, and some of the streams are split in two. It happened not last time, but on Friday as well. So, yeah, I'm aware. It's I don't know if it's just my internet cutting out for a short time, but like, it's happened to me like when playing games as well, and it's really annoying. But look, worst case scenario, we endure it for another 2 weeks, and then I'm moving house, so I'll have a different internet connection with potentially a different ISP. So all of us are moving this summer. It's you know, we picked a very bad time to start working on a game. I'm assuming it could be maybe, you know, somebody on my network decided to download just like 800 terabytes of legally acquired copyrighted content. But I doubt it. I don't know. It's just like my internet drops out. I don't see anything. Like, you know, my internet is still going as far as my PC can tell, but it's just unable to reach the server. So I'm guessing it's just like the ISP. I have no way to verify that though. Please don't sue me for slander. Do we need a super here? I don't think we need a super here. Spawn default pawn at transform. Oh my goodness. I love spawn parameters. This is another one of those things that I've used before, so I'm quite familiar with it. Or at least I've like used it before, you know, it's not brand new to me. For controller. New player. Okay. Let's get world. Spawn actor. Pawn. To be honest with you, Pax, it's usually me being the one downloading or uploading large amounts of data. I work with a lot of high-resolution video for my job, so it's not uncommon for me to download like 50 gigabytes of data in one afternoon. It's happened a few times that one of my housemates will go, hey, like, I'm getting like 800 ping. Are you downloading something? And I'll be like, yeah, sorry, it's for work. Or it's like, you know, even these streams, like when they go up on the YouTube channel, which I need to get better at. fuck is the pawn extension component? I sense another deep tangent coming. But yeah, I'm just like constantly uploading and downloading shit. I'm very grateful I don't live in America where they have like data caps on their internet or something. The fuck does this come from? Oh, cause what have I done here? So I need to pay attention. It's still not going to work, but it does look like we're getting to the parts where we're actually applying the pawn data, which is good. Not what I wanted. Alright. What am I doing? That needs to go there. And we need, I think, one more else. Log Warbound error texts. It's interesting to me that does this always return null? No, there's return spawn pawn there. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm very curious as to what the pawn extension component is. Because this looks wonderfully chunky. Alright, chat, let's spend the next half hour building a pawn extension component. Where is this even, like, located? Component that adds functionality to all pawn classes, so it can be used for characters, vehicles, etc. This coordinates the initialization of other components. Interesting. Interesting. This isn't a piece of architecture that I typically work with, but you know, it looks important. Warbound extension component. And this should be very based on pawn component. So pawn actions component that's deprecated. Fun. Let's add that. Then this is the C++ file, so let's just include it. Okay, we have our component now. All right, well, let's get rolling. Okay, we also need the game framework init state interface. What the frick is that? If I've got to write this one too, I'll be kind of upset. No, it should be. It should be if I just go include components, game frame init state interface. Oh yes, let's go. It's built in, baby. Space end play reason enum type int. Okie dokie. Let's forward declare some classes and hope that I don't have to implement any of them myself. Got an ability system component. We have pawn data. And I think the rest of them are, okay, these are structs. Yeah, these are all built-in structs. Okay. Gonna add our typical object initializer. Actor feature. Interesting. Name of this overall feature. This one depends on the other named component features. Excellent. Okay, let's override the actual iGame framework in its state interface. That's quite a mouthful. All right, that's that interface. Alright, cheeky little inline definition. Or null pointer. Fair enough. That's an interesting one. make this a U function. That'll be blueprint pure. Blueprint pure. Category can be warbound pawn. Alright, the good thing is I'm seeing initialize ability system and set pawn data as functions in Lyra for this component, which is great because that's what we're looking to do. So I'm hoping that we're close. I need a pawn data variable somewhere, but I think that'll be at the bottom with the private variables. Interesting. I don't know if this is supposed to have its own ability system component. I guess we'll find out. Like, obviously the variable's there, but I'm wondering why. Because we've already got an ability system component in the character controller, I want to say. Or the character state. I'm pretty sure it's the character controller. And that's the correct place for it. That's where it should be. At least as far as I understand. Again, comment does say may be owned by a different actor, but I mean, I guess it is a pointer, so it could just be, you know, like just another actor's thing. I don't think we need, oops, any of you. Initialize ability system. That sounds good. I do like the comment there, should become, called by the owning pawn, to become the avatar of the ability system. It's probably the coolest wording they could have chosen. Uninitialize ability system. I could spell. That's a pretty important one. That's what we're having issues with right now, so hopefully this fixes it. Uninitialized. I always have issues with this fucking word. Alright, let's be good and add a comment. Uninitialized. This keeps causing me trouble. Alright. Let's make our variables. Protected, baby. On register, begin play and end play. Replicate our pawn data. Ability system initialized. Now my least favorite word of the stream. Can I type F simple multicast delegate? System uninitialized. I think I got it that time. I think I got it. I've been learning. User pawn data. That should be view property. Instance only. Do our objects pointer to the ability system component, which should just be transient, not be saved or loaded. Makes sense. We just want a pointer to it. One more, let's go. Oof. All right, time to do our implementation. I'm surprisingly tired today. I wonder if the lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and relax do have anything to do with that. I'm very much looking for a meal. Very much looking forward to a meal after the stream, though. That'll be nice. All right, let's include Warbound pawn extension component as standard. I think we'll let everything else be auto. Speed up our compilation slightly with the inline generated, nope, not stringify, generated CPP by name. Warbound pawn extension component. Ah, I see what the problem is. I can't spell include. There we go. Nice. Let's forward declare some classes. Lifetime property. Actor component. Pawn extension component. Name. Actor features name. Extension. Not pawn extension. Pawn extension. Alright, let's get implementing. First of all, classic super object initializer. And disable tick. That's all fine and dandy. We're replicating by default. And nulling those out. All right, let's make a lifetime rep props. I really wish there was like just a way to create these by default or something, but that's fine. And we just want to do rep lifetime bound pawn extension component, and we're going to replicate pawn data. And that's not going to be happy because we didn't include net. Let's include net Unreal Network.h. Boom. Onwards. All right, let's do on register next. Pawn, good name. And then ensure always MS. I have no idea what this macro does, and it doesn't tell me. So if anybody knows, please enlighten me. From this use case, I'm guessing that it's like, well, ensure always is a little telling, right? Like, it needs to ensure that pawn is not null pointer. What's MSGF though? Message something? Message, yeah, no idea. And then we're just going to check how many pawn extension components there are. Okay, that's fine. I need you to go inside. And then we're gonna do another ensure always. And we're gonna ensure that pawn extension component, no, pawn extension components dot num is equal to 1. And if we have more than one, we'll say only one Lyra, not Lyra, I'm too tired for this. Warbound pawn extension component should exist on %s, which is obviously string, not concatenation. Is it concatenation? Does it count as concatenation? Because concatenation is when you add two strings together. It's like string insertion. Ooh, get owner, not outer owner. Nice. Register the width with the init state system early. This will only work if there is a game. Alright, begin play, baby, let's go. So this is going to be binding the delegates that we made. Okay. Bind on actor init state change. Name none. F gameplay tag false. Listen to changes to all features. Notifies state manager that we have spawned. Then try the rest of the default initialization. I've gotten very good at typing initialization and uninitialization. Okay, let's move this down a little bit. Got about 10 minutes to go. It's been basically just me coding. I apologize for that. There's not a huge amount that's super interesting to say here. I'm really looking forward to when we get to work on, I don't know, maps and shit like that. But until then, it's all the boilerplate. Let's do end play next. Uninitialize ability system. Unregister. Unregister init state feature. That's the one that I want. Cool. Let's set the pawn data. Exciting. What does the pawn data do? Okay, we're gonna make sure that we've got authority. And then we're just going to update the pawn data. Fair fucking enough. log warbound error text. That already has valid on data. On get names safe on data. Okay, and then if all of those are good, then we can just do pond data in pond data. Force and update. Check default initialization. Cool. And then let's do our onRep because we've got pond data now, so we can onRep. And that's just going to be check default initialization. And again, just gonna yoink that like that. Okay. We should have pond data now, which is exciting. Let's okay. Now we need, so what we've got pond data, we have input, and we have abilities. That's what gets added by the pond data component. Pond data component, pond data, just pond data. So not a component, it's a data asset, that's what it is. Words are hard. Initialize ability system. Let's do that one. And I'm just gonna move it just below like that. Do check in owner actor. Actually, I'm just gonna like do a couple of functions under this just so I've got some space at the bottom of my screen. So we'll uninitialize, and then we'll handle controller change, and then we'll handle that, and that, and that, and that, and there we go. Now I've got some buffer underneath, so I can just sort of write without just constantly being in the bottom line on the screen. Right, if ability system component in ASC, then we return, because not ASC has not changed. If ability system components uninitialize ability system, because we've got a new one and we want to clean up the old ASC. Okay. I think this will be our last function of the evening. Let's get it done. If the existing avatar is not null pointer, and the existing avatar does not equal pawn, which is just a pawn check to a pawn, we're going to ensure that the existing avatar does not have authority. Because if this is the case, then there's already a pawn acting as the avatar, so we need to yoink it out. So once that's done, we do Lyra Warbound pawn extension component, other extension component is equal to find pawn extension components on the existing avatar. And then we're going to uninitialize the ability system on that old pawn. And then we can go on and make a new one. So ability system going in ASC. Init ability actor info. On ability system initialized dot broadcast. I think with that function complete, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today, as we sort of wind down to the end of the stream here. It's a very chill one for me. I apologize, I'm quite sleepy today, so it's not been the most exciting of streams, and I mean the content hasn't been the faster typing speed, so the game comes faster. Yeah, I'm working on it. We're working on it day and night. I'll probably be back in a couple hours to do more work, but for now I'm very hungry and very sleepy, and I feel like those things might have something in common. So I'm gonna go eat a nice meal. Who was I in H&G? I was nobody in H&G. I was, I mean, if you mean in terms of like developer community, I wasn't part of the development team on H&G at all. I got pulled in with Hellborn, if you're familiar. I don't know how recently you've joined the community. No, I'm not. We have a couple of veteran players as part of the team, but I'm not one of them. I'm just I mean, I've always enjoyed like the genre, and I played H&G. I'm familiar with the project, and I've been building World War II first-person shooters for years. So it all sort of came together, and I figured, you know, I'll help out. So now I'm part of the engineering team here. But yeah, on that note, I'm off to get some very well-deserved food. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope the stream was enjoyable, even if a little bit quieter and more chill than most weeks. But I'll be back on Friday. Hopefully you've made a bunch of progress on this, and you have no idea how much I'm itching to get this done, so. But yeah, thanks folks, take care, have a lovely Tuesday evening and a lovely rest of your week, and I'll see you Friday evening for some after week work and chill. Take care, bye.